points towards this, what you initially thought was a pile of rocks, but when he points towards it, you can see it beginning to move. 5 more of these creatures from around the wagon all pop up from different points and begin to rush towards you all. It spends one action, charging and leaping towards the camel. You watch something a little bit peculiar take place. It actually leaps over the back of the camel and hits one of the barrels of water that you were transporting on the back of the creature, and then it spends the rest of its round just violently tearing at that barrel. When the water hits the spines on the back of this creature, the spines just melt away a little bit. The one that was attacking the water barrel after you attacked it, Ali, it is going to kind of whip around your direction and snap its jaws at you for a total of 12 points of damage and a fortitude save. That is a failure. You will take 13 points of poison damage.
Ooh.
As this poison seeps into you, the heat of the desert starts to get overwhelming, and your throat suddenly gets super dry, like you are extremely thirsty. And if you've ever had like the cramps that come from being dehydrated, that starts to happen to your body. The damage is your body kind of spasming, like it doesn't have enough water.
That's one action. So then I'm gonna drop the bag of holding. I'm just gonna leave it. Grab the weapon again and use the third action to make one attack. Hit it while it's wet.
Strike while the iron is covered in pocket water. 28. Can I roll higher than a single-digit number, please? That one's a natural 1. That's what I deserve. Third action. How far away is the one on its last legs that's been chasing Ali around the map? About 50 feet. Do I want to, for the memes, just yeet a star knife 3 range increments down? So it's a 19 on die. 27 to hit.
27 will hit.
9 points of slashing damage.
Ali, you've tripped this thing, you're beating it with a hammer, and just like, why won't you die? And then all of a sudden, a star knife just comes over your shoulder and drops down, and the creature kind of,
got it!
All right, let's finish this. So that'll be a 33.
That is a crit.
Because flanked. Yes. 54 damage.
Okay, what spectacular finish do you get on this creature?
I take the gill hook, which is really meant for piercing, and it does piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just sort of like whack it with the broad end, and it like explodes into dust.
But you guys have successfully defeated these creatures. The building that's kind of the farthest away from the mountain trail, you can see that the door to that building is shut tight. Pacing in front of that building, you see another creature. It looks similar to the ones that you just encountered, but it is a little bit stockier. Like, it's got a shorter head, a shorter body. You still see spines and stuff covering it, but it looks a little bit broader and thicker. It would be like the difference between a greyhound and a bulldog, almost.
On the side of the house that we're on, are there any like windows or other entrances, exit points?
There are some small windows. You look in and you see, slumped in a chair, not moving, you see the body of the Amala, the priestess of Serenray.
If no one else wants to, I'll send in an elixir of life lesser.
When you go to remove the elixir of life from your pouch, the creature that's around the building that you're hiding from suddenly lets out a really loud howl. Roll initiative.
Could you like sense that there's a container of liquid nearby?
Senses that there's liquid.
Yeah, they probably have
man.
liquid sense or something.
You were not the only ones rolling stealth. Over on the opposite side of the pond, towards the trail, you hear something screech. And you see one of these spined creatures like you fought before kind of crawl up on top of a rock, and it like screeches at you, pops wings, and takes to the sky. Isaac, you will take 8 points of fire damage, and you are on fire. You have persistent fire damage. The water elemental will take 8 points of fire damage. Something dramatic is going to happen because I wasn't expecting a water elemental. when this like line of burning grease splashes over the water elemental, have you ever thrown water on a grease fire? Grease fire explosion shoots out from your water elemental. So the two of you get to make another reflex save. You hear another screech, where that one flying one of these creatures took off. Another one comes up on top of a boulder, also leaps up into the air, but as it leaps up into the air, it grabs something, and you see it pulling another one of these salt stalker monsters with it.
Okay, then I'm going to chase that one that's running away, and then I think I'm going to grapple it to stop it from going further. Probably more effective than attacking. That's a nice level 42 to grapple.
Congratulations on the critical success.
Restrained, and that is my turn as I have fish hooked this thing.
I apologize. You wanting to use a reaction?
Yeah, I'm going to use a reaction spell as Sudan critically fails and takes all that massive damage. He dies. He falls dead.
Oh my
So
God.
it would seem. You become invisible as an illusionary form of yourself lays dead at your feet.
Our poor departed Sudan.
And also it's just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. He doesn't have the mental wherewithal to take advantage of the invisibility. All he can do is kill something.
I can almost hear him now, gurgling like a backed up garbage disposal.
You know what? That's actually what I'm going to do, is I'm going to demoralize with a very backed up garbage disposal.
One of the gliders is up, and it sees what you just did to its friend, and it's going. And it's just going. Towards the mountain, up the hill. It is leaving.
Even in his
Your
sense of
bath
dying.
water?
Yeah, right?
I could pop
Here,
the
have-
decanter of endless water and just...
You go for it first.
This isn't that kind of channel.
Subdan is not a sanitary person, you will learn.
Nope.
I'm sure Lee has gotten used to this, and it might be the reason he carries the decanter of endless water.
Stop feeding people your bathwater.
You see a huge black-skinned creature, physiology similar to the other creatures that you have fought before, but very large and imposing spines, easily like 3 or 4 times the size of the bulldog creature that you fought before. You know, this thing is massive. So for its last 2 actions, it is going to use Frenzied Hiss. All 3 of the 2 gliders and the Scorcher all converge on you. As a barbarian, you would recognize what has happened to them. They've all been put in a rage.
The third and final round of Impending Doom. Big boy, he becomes stunned 1, and he is also going to take 2. I rolled this already. 23 points of mental damage.
All right, I get to induct you into a very special group at my gaming table. There is a term at my gaming table for what just happened. We call it the ninja, which means you leave it alive with 1 hit point.
I want to cast Heal at 6th level. 76 points of healing from a 2-action heal.
The Scorcher is still standing.
I'll just kill it. 26 damage.
All right, you have landed the killing blow on the Salt Scorcher.
I think this is more of, like, in addition to using the weapon, I'm also just, like, hitting it with my fists a little bit, just for flavor. And
so just angry bludgeoning, gill hook, fist, whatever you've got.
Yeah.
You pound this thing until it just disintegrates down to dust. You have 2 actions remaining.
I have another Impending Doom left over. There's a will save. DC 30.
So that is a critical failure. What impending doom does it see? Because its time has come.
Foresees a vast desert. Then all of a sudden, there is a tsunami. Envelops the whole sky, crashing down upon him.
So as the mental assault begins on this last salt glider, you all see this creature start to panic and freak out, and it doesn't know which way is up and down, and it like flies and bangs into a side of the building and falls to the ground. It's just rolling and flipping under the mental assault that Isaac has placed on this creature. And between the mental damage it's suffering and whatever frustration venting your party barbarian might be doing to help it along the way. You bring the last of these creatures down. You have defeated them.